We have here with us today Dr. Laura Justice. She's the Executive Director of the Crane Center for Early Childhood Research and Policy, as well as the Schoenbaum Family Center. She's also a distinguished professor in educational studies within the College of Education and Human Ecology. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Justice.
Great, thank you for having me.
Yeah, so our question for you today, I know you've done research and implemented interventions for early childhood around the world, so you have a distinctly more global reference point than many of us. So the question is, what is different about how we treat early childhood here in the US or here in Ohio in particular, and what can we do to change or shift our beliefs about the value of early childhood?
That's a really good question. Obviously, when we take a global perspective around early childhood, it's what you see in terms of the system that supports early childhood programming is wildly different if you're in, say, Laos and other Asian countries, over to Africa, into Europe. I'm probably most familiar with early childhood programming in Europe in the Nordic setting. I've done work in Denmark for more than a decade. And Denmark and some of the other Scandic countries are really interesting because they have almost universal participation. Denmark is a social welfare country, and the goal is to have every adult working in support of the economy. And if you're going to put everybody in your workforce, obviously you need people to care for their kids. So Norway, Denmark, and other countries in that Northern Europe region, they have this 100% universal system from birth to 5. So you have this somewhat seamless system of care from when kids are born into the secondary years. And what's neat about that context is not only do you have child care early learning program for all kids, but you have one system of care. And so what I mean by all kids is a lot of our programs, say here in Ohio, it's very fragmented. We have this program serves kids who look like this, and we have this program that serves kids who look like this, and this program that serves kids that look like this. So we have this really fragmented system, and we actually are, you might even call it tracking kids at a very early age. We have kids from lower income homes, they go into Head Start, and we have kids who have disabilities go into these classrooms. So you have this, this sort of patchwork of a system. We're dividing kids on the basis of certain qualities. What you'll see, say, in Denmark is they have one system that supports all kids. And obviously, when you have a system like that, you have a massive public investment in early care. And that's really what we're lacking in Ohio and many other states. You have a lack of public investment in creating one system that works for everybody.